the middle of the hottest summer in recent years. So we were like joking, maybe these girls, they want to experience the heat and be like super in. But I'd like to talk to you girls because every day I look at the news and every day I see our region, Southeast Asia, and it's so red and it's so orange. It's showing rising temperatures. So I'd like to ask either Miss Vietnam or Miss Thailand, do you have any like best practices that you can show to, I don't know, like maybe cool off? Or maybe if you have anything in your country to help us out here, do you have any practices there?
Well, yes, actually, right now Thailand is going through a heat wave. It's even hotter than the Philippines. So when I landed here, I told the girls the weather is amazing here because compared to where I am, compared to where.
Yes, we went out of the airport and we go to the hotel, and the other day we were gonna try to work, and I see her with a jacket, and I'm gagged. I'm like, what's going on? Why are you wearing a jacket? And she was like, oh, it's like the weather is so good here in the Philippines. I can wear a jacket. I was sweating meanwhile. I had a crop top. So yeah, for her it's good because I'm guessing Bangkok is a whole other level of heat right now.
There's a cooking pot there. Oh my god, I was being cooked alive. Yeah, so when I landed, I was like, the weather was amazing for me. But, you know, global warming is a really big issue. And what I've been doing in Thailand, I've been really vocal about renewable energy. And I've been working with a lot of organizations, spreading the message and also taking action. And with my everyday life, what I practice is actually using local transportation. In Bangkok, we have BTS, we have the MRT, we have communal buses. So when I go to work, like when I go out to a press conference or doing my beauty work, I actually don't take a private car van that often, only when it's only in the city where for safety reasons. But when I do travel to go work, it's mostly I'm taking public transportation. And I also have a little electric bicycle at home where, you know, when I want to go to my local market, I just on my little electric bicycle. And it's just really, you know, the same practices every day. You know, when you leave a room, turn off the AC, turn off the light, you make sure, you know, nothing's running, and I also really don't support the big companies that create a lot of carbon. I do my research, I know what to buy, I know what logos to look at the supermarket when I do buy my essential needs. So yeah, I feel like everybody should really look into our everyday life essentials that we buy and see if that company is willing to make the effort to change their way of producing the product.
Thank you so much. So it's more on regulating consumption. Yes. All right, thank you. What about Miss Vietnam, please?
So, you know, we can sit here and talk about all the complicated, all the, you know, hard to understand terms, you know, and even bring in politics and talk about all the bills that are being passed in an effort to help our environment and help, you know, global warming, help the environment and the weather change, right, the climate change. However, like just for a second, right, it's very important that we start with our small actions, you know, because all of the small actions will turn into big changes. And if we can just get more people to participate and, you know, work on the small actions, I feel like the change will be huge. And in Vietnam currently, what I like doing at home, just as a small action, is sorting waste. You know, because waste is a huge problem, waste management, all over the world, in America, in Australia, in Vietnam. You know, it's a big issue. And I feel like for us to be able to help the climate change on top of you know, using renewable energy, there has to be, you know, a solution to our waste. And definitely eating more vegetables. But yeah, so you know, I highly suggest that everyone we start doing small actions, just like Cora said, at home, in the comfort of our own homes, so that we can all come together and make big changes.
Thank you so much. My next question is for Yana. Hello, Yana. Good afternoon.
Hello.
So Yana, I won't go into details, but yesterday you were definitely front and center of this discussion on social media. I'm not going to ask you a question about this, but I would like for you to maybe share a message, especially for the girls at Miss Philippines Earth, who will be competing in a few days to probably spread kindness or maybe just remind them of what they're fighting for.
Oh, definitely, because I've been really vocal about how I am all for love, for positivity, for altruism, and be able to spread it to other people around you. Because honestly, all I can say is life is too short. Life is really ephemeral, but if we live it with so much kindness and that we get to share it with other people, then it can really go a long way. And you know what? I'm seriously one of the biggest empaths out there, and I can vibe off an energy and I can sense an energy from a mile away. And my pro media family knows about it, like definitely, and so much of my close friends do. And all I want to say is we're all experiencing a tough time. But if you are kind to one another, then it can create a positive energy that can be shared to the world out there. And you know what? Definitely, as Earth Queens do, we need people who can really look up to us and who will be inspired with the way we speak, with the way we act, with the way we talk. This is how Earth Queens are seen, right? We agree on it, yeah? We are the kindest, we are the kindest queens out there because we get to, put ourselves out there. We do the grassroots activities. We do everything from scratch. And a lot of people see us as sustainable. So we gotta be a public role model that would inspire other people, not only towards the advocacies, not only towards our works, but also towards being a good person to people and to the planet.
Thank you so much. And to Miss Albania. Miss Albania, let me take this opportunity because I don't think I'll have this opportunity again. So these folks that you see here, these are my friends. Like we've been together for so many years, and they know that I don't usually go to these places, especially if it's super far. Today, I took the motorcycle for 55 kilometers just to be here because, well, yeah, I was convinced by Miss Jam, but the real reason is because I am a fan of yours. I'm a fan of Albanian girls. Like every year, I really push the Albanian girls. So when you finally won the crown, I was super happy, and all of these folks know that I'm super happy because I was always focused on the other pageants. But I focused on this pageant because of you. So I'm just really happy to see you. I think that my followers will be so happy with this interaction. And just to let you know, I was like so into that whole Albania thing. One of my cats from when I was younger was actually named Tyran. So yes, I just want to let you know that we're very happy that you're here, and whatever it is that they're saying, you girls have amazing comm skills. So the next queens that will follow you will definitely have a harder time convincing us.
I really want to thank you. Albania is a very small country, and the culture of pageantry is not as improved and as in most Asian countries. So we don't have coaches, we don't have like a lot of people that teach us how to talk, how to walk. We don't have that. We have a choreographer that helps us for the national pageant, but we don't go above and beyond just because it's not a cultural thing. But the Miss Chika team really put in the effort, really, because it was the first time that my organization was going to bring a girl in the Miss Earth. So we wanted to leave a good impression. And for me, it was more luck to be Miss Earth Albania because I was not the current title holder, but I was last year's title holder. It had just been 2 months since I passed my crown, and they talked to me and they were, what do you think about participating in Miss Earth? And I was like, what do I think? When do I go? You mean? So it was luck, and it was a lot of hard work for me, from my parents, and from the organization, Miss Chika and the Art Association, which I think I take the time to thank. And what I want to add something about what Ileana said. She really is the kind of person that you sense the good vibe and the cool vibe, like meters away. And I want to say also that sometimes even if you don't love, you don't care, you're not kind to someone, know that there's a respect there in the middle. You don't have to go good with a lot of people, you know, but you have to have respect for each and every one of them, because in the first place you're showing what kind of person you are, your personality, and then you're reflecting that. You're reflecting the way you were raised, and you're reflecting the kind of people you have besides you. So be kind, be caring, be loving, and hold respect even if you don't have enough interest to know the other person. So I want to thank you personally for, you know, expressing these kind and beautiful words. That's why I say that coming to Philippines really, I had a change of heart in a very best way, because you people are so kind. You're so loving, and you're willing to share the support that you've been showing us, even before Miss Earth, when we were doing just our little thing. So thank you so much. Thank
And thank you for coming to our beloved country, the Philippines. By the way, I'm Kuya Eton, representing US Standard. For this afternoon, I'm a fire-breathed flower for the love of Miss Earth. And thank you for being the best host, Queeniana and Team Pro Media.
Of course. Loving your shirt. That's us in the shirt, by the way, if you guys can see it.
By the way, I'm going to throw the last two questions. Okay. We've been solidly supporting Miss Earth since its initial edition in 2001. So my first question is, how do you plan to leave a long-lasting legacy as the winner of Miss Earth and as Elemental Beings?
So this April that passed, I started a little mini challenge, which was the tree challenge. Over the years, I've been seeing a lot of like the ice bucket challenge and a lot of silly, goofy, funny challenges around it. And I thought, why not let's throw a challenge that has to do with our environment? And for me, I don't only have to participate with the Albanian people and the people that I had there, but also people from other countries can participate and share video on social media. And this is also like a good social media use. So I had this challenge to roll on the April and Wednesday's Earth Day. Whoever could in their garden, in their home, can plant your tree. You know, the tree wouldn't hurt, but it would be good enough. And then they can share it on social media, tag Miss Earth, tag me in the midst of love trees. And a lot of people participated, even young girls who are not in the pageantry. They saw it, and I had them texting to me in Instagram. This girl also joined, this one also joined. So they were so happy. So I really keeping up as well. Even taking down one year and making the next Miss Earth 2024 and her as can also participate and keep going, because it's something that's something much economically wise and also time-wise. It's just like it's that 15 minutes with your friends, with your family. That's why I do plan on speaking up on my advocacy and definitely creating a career that will be my own platform to keep on sharing Miss Earth. And I will definitely keep supporting Miss Earth until the end of my life, because it's something that I will proudly talk about to my kids one day in the future, and to everyone who's going to be meeting me in the future for work or for other kind of relationships. That's why I feel like every Earth Queen has, in one way or another, kept on with the legacy, supporting us. When I won, I had each and every one of them, texting, commenting, being like, oh, congratulations and everything. So we have a very strong bond that's not going to be, it's not going to break easy by no one. Let me tell you that. Trust me on that one. So I do hope I can keep up the challenge, definitely, and my advocacy, and maybe one day if I become more and more successful, I can raise awareness even more and have more incomes in order to turn the income salient movement. Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing those visions and plans. You know what, 23, back in 2001, we were all young, we were all healthy and slim.
You all still are.
Okay, my last question is a little bit serious. I'm a fan and member of so many dog and cats and animal pages in Facebook. So, as beauty queens or as queens of Miss Earth, what's the meaning of you when you say hashtag empathy, hashtag compassion, and be the voice of the voiceless?
It means a lot. Cora mentioned it a little before about empathy and what it really does to us. So we should be empathic, because when you put yourself in someone else's shoes, you try to see their problems, their sacrifices, and when you understand someone's sacrifices, then you're willing to sometimes compromise on some things to have a good balanced life and good balanced relationships. Dogs and cats, we love animals. We should love animals. And you know, there's a word that says, you see someone that treats animals badly is not a good person. And I really think that's true in Turkey, actually. They always buy food for cats and dogs on the streets. In Albania, they started doing it. So, you know, we should care about everything that breathes, because we're also breathing, and one day something will happen. I hope not, but you know, everyone gets old. Something will happen that you will also need someone to take care of you. And I believe that when you do good in life, good is going to be returned. So if everything just, you know, holds that close to their heart and is kind, and maybe does a little bit more effort to do something good for someone one day, once a week, once a month, you know, when they find their time, then definitely future they're going to see the benefits of it. And by benefits, I don't mean do good so you can have good, but do good because you feel good with yourself and you know that you made someone happy, or you gave them something that they might have been, you know, working for a long time and never had the chance to get it. So that's what these hashtags mean to me. It's not just something posting on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. It's actually trying to touch someone's life by our personal stories. Maybe someone sees something similar and finds a strength in me to go on and keep fighting for maybe their advocacy or their problems in life, because everyone has problems, even some that might not prefer to show it on social media. Some others prefer to share it, and there's no judgment in both ways. But that doesn't mean that we should support one more than another. We should support all equally and find it in our heart to sometimes put ourselves into another person's life and see that maybe that person is having a tough time, and we should be nice. You never know what someone's going through, so just be nice, be kind, be empathetic. Yes, love you too. I love the shirt, by the way. Thank you.
What about you, same question, last question.
Oh yeah, about the hashtags. You know, there has been an incident, right? The past week here in the Philippines where an animal had been severely abused, and it really made me sad because, you know, those animals, they're really voiceless, but as beauty queens, especially as earth queens, we are their voices. So we always take up the platform to speak up about them and to raise awareness that things like this should not be tolerated at any cost. Especially that, you know, I've been invited also to several speaking engagements. I've also talked about animal cruelty and animal abuse and how we should always steer away from it, because these are animals and these are elements on this planet that are basically, they have lives here on this land, and they're covered also by the SDG 15, by the way. Sorry, it's just in my head. Every time that I talk about a certain topic towards Earth, the SDGs just come in my mind. So they're part of the SDG 15, the lives on land, and we always gotta protect them at all costs, promote them at all costs, and prevent people from abusing them and inculcating, you know, to the minds of the people how imperative they are in our ecosystem, and how with our domestic animals, how they make us happy, how they make us stress-free. You know, they contribute so much to our lives, but sometimes people lose sight of that fact, and that's a very disheartening reality. It makes me really sad because, you know, I also grew up in a household where there are a lot of dogs. We have a lot of dogs. When I was younger, we had 11 dogs in our front yard in Laguna. So I grew up really loving them and, you know, really showing the tender love and care care towards animals. Even when even now, I have dogs too, and I'm planning to get a cat, by the way, because I'm actually very excited because before I would steer away from taking care of cats because I feel like our qualities just won't match. But then, Tita Lavinia here is smiling because she loves cats. But definitely, I'm planning to get a cat. And I recently just was given a beagle. So that's my dream dog. And I'm really excited to, take care of it, even for the long term. But then again, going back to the serious topic, we should always use our voice to speak up for those voiceless elements here on our planet. Because again, the Earth is a concoction of biodiversity, and that is a part of it. And as Earth Queens, it is our duty to promote, to protect, and to preserve all of those at any cost, and to all our best efforts.
Thanks so much, Kenya. Second to the next, Ms. Ganap or Ms. Thailand.
So just to add on, right? I feel like anyone that loves Miss Earth, anyone that advocates for the environment and for our Mother Earth is a huge animal lover, right? And I myself have always been an animal lover myself, always caring and, feeling very hurt whenever I see stray animals. I feel like we're all very benevolent people to be able to care for those animals, whether they're in our homes or whether they're running astray on the streets. And I just wanted to add on to say that, as people, we actually do rely on animals quite often. There are animals such as service animals, right? Emotional support animals, as well as service dogs that help, as well as people who are incapable of seeing, people who are incapable of moving. We rely on these animals. So I really want to make it a point to everyone that, we're all living in the same planet Earth, and I feel like to be empathetic, to be have empathy and love, we need to take care of all living things.
Well, yes. Speaking about animals, I grew up with so many pet dogs and cats that are all stray. My sister and I, when we were younger, we had a lot of stray animals on the side of the street. And when we see them, we would scream to our mother to stop the car and grab them and put them in the car. So we had like 5 stray cats, 3 stray dogs. So I really just love animals. I love all type of animals, all kinds. And they're put on this planet for a purpose. We all live in this planet together. We have no right to take the life because we didn't give it. Especially animals, their role on this planet, they do so much. They shape our environment. Exactly what Anna says, biodiversity is very crucial to sustain life on this planet. So I feel like abusing animals and abusing the things that can't speak up for themselves or fight back is really wrong, and we should teach our young ones to love no matter what. Even if you think a cockroach looks gross, don't step on it. Take it out of the house maybe. But I've never, when a mosquito bites me, I never slapped it and killed it. I would brush them off. I also feel really religious, so I don't like to kill. And it's just, when we lead by example, we show the young, we show everybody around us there's multiple ways of doing things. And when I got Miss Earth Thailand, I made sure I talked to myself and I said, when you're leading, for Miss Earth Thailand, you're showing everybody you want to lead with your brain, you're smart as a think when it comes to thinking and answering questions and all that. But most importantly, it's what inside your heart. Being passionate, being empathetic, truly makes you present yourself in a better way. It makes you glow, and that's what I believe is we should all just learn to really listen to our hearts as well when we lead and talk. So yes.
Thanks so much to the 4 of you. The more we love and salute Miss Earth. Kudos, guys.